You are now tapped into the buzz on Harden Street. Join us in English 427 podcasting for Allen University, where we discuss politics, pop culture, events on campus. You name it, we yapping about it right here on the buzz on Harden Street. Oh yeah, don't get stung, get sprung. We live in the hive. Hey, you know.
Yo. What's going on, everybody? We back, man. We back at the buzz on Harden Street. Back. Oh my God. That was a little longer. That's a little longer than I thought. But we're back, guys. Okay, we got some people in the club, as Lanaya say. We missing Lanaya, but we'll go around. Everybody gonna introduce themselves, man. Starting to my left.
Hey y'all, it's y'all favorite on the mic, Shay on the beat. Y'all already know what it is. Let's debate. Come on.
Hey y'all, it's Mac.
Yo, it's your boy James. I'm with my lovely people in this house, brother.
Yeah, y'all already know we save the best for last. It's Tim. What's good? What's going on? We lit again.
And of course, it's your host for today's episode, JT, the biggest. Back in, back in. It's nothing less, nothing more. Okay, guys, how y'all feeling today? Everybody good?
Man, I'm doing all right.
Life has been life.
Each day.
Yeah, each day, man.
Yeah.
Insane weather, right? Insane weather.
It's been really nasty out.
Man, bruh, tell me why the weather was like 70 degrees last week. And now this week, the weather all the way to like 40 degrees.
Bipolar.
Crazy. I think I'm about to
Just
get
like
sick.
my ex.
Oh.
Yo.
Happy Valentine's, y'all.
But you know who else is bipolar? Kendrick Lamar. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Did you guys see his halftime performance at the Super Bowl?
Man, it
was a crazy halftime show, y'all.
Man, it was symbolic. Man.
Yeah.
I think it went over a lot of people's heads.
Symbolic to say the least.
Yeah, like a lot of people it was just, talking bad about it. And it was mid. It wasn't even mid for real. It actually meant something for real.
Yeah, a lot of people hating on that, man.
I think it went over a lot of people's head because it's not typical from what you see from a lot of performers nowadays. I guess people are just used to things that don't have any substance to it. So I think definitely went over a lot of people's head. I didn't expect to see Samuel L. Jackson out there. What is he, Uncle Sam now?
So he was He was Uncle Sam, but like on an Uncle Tom / reference. Like he y'all seen the movie The Django.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He was in that movie, he was the house
N-word.
N-word, exactly. So
Slave.
Yeah. I mean, so like he was, throughout the show, he would say things like he was warning Kendrick like, hey, don't play what do you say? To play the game White America.
And it was the stage was set on a Game Boy.
Mm-hmm. And he told him not to be ghetto. He was like, don't be ghetto. Don't make us look bad. And then like you said, I was gonna say another reference was like Squid Games, like the way everyone was dressed. I think on that part, it was like the rich killing the poor. That's where he, his music meant, it was like his music went to what the show was all at a whole. Like the dancers wore red, white, and blue. And representing the American flag, like, and then the way they were like on the way they were, like set up looked like the flag. It was real like detrimental, especially when the street lights that was like, you seen a black person on top of the street lights, and then you seen all the other black people. He was basically showing us that, us black folk, we had to be back at home when the street lights came on.
I did see that part.
Yeah.
It was bold. I liked it. It really highlighted a lot of the hypocrisy in America, and Kendrick did a great job with that, especially with everybody wearing like the blue and the red and white. Kendrick's from like Compton or LA, and it's very like heavily gang affiliated. And I thought it was just beautiful to me, like, even though these might be seen as gang colors to some, these are the real true colors of America. And I think that's what he was really highlighting and putting out there. The Uncle Sam thing, it was a really nice touch. Like you said, it went over a lot of people's head because they wasn't expecting that for sure, especially from Samuel L. Jackson or Kendrick. And I think if you really do the maths, do the research, and form your own opinion, man, it'll be some serious. All that from the Super Bowl, though.
I also really like the reference to 40 acres and a mule, which a lot of people are not familiar with. So I'll just give a little bit of the background of the history. Basically, enslaved Africans were freed in the South and given literally 40 acres and a mule to basically get back on their feet after slavery. It was the worst land that they could find. There were zero resources when they started, and that is why there's so much disparity in the South, specifically for Black people, and that's why the assumption that Black people don't do anything or are lazy comes from, because people don't really understand that we were literally given nothing and built our community up from nothing.
Like it's called, literally, it's like the purpose of that, they called it a promised land. That it wasn't promised to us, like, of resources. Like, y'all just gonna give us stuff, after y'all done treated us bad, and we gonna give y'all a little bit of, nah, man.
And basically, a lot of people just don't realize that a lot of the issues within the Black community, like poverty and lack of access to jobs and equal access to the same opportunities that white people have. That's why there's such a there's the wage gaps. There's the it's all foundational. It's all in history, and so I think understanding that connection was really important, because I think he was trying to connect that. Even if y'all take us back, we came from nothing. So we can have everything again. And just kind of like, I think it was just a gentle reminder I think it was a very important reminder to Americans to understand where we come from, and specifically Black Americans, and not letting this moment be a moment of weakness, because it shouldn't be.
Very profound, very profound. To shift the narrative a little bit, and to kind of stay on the topic of what's happening in America, we have Ye, who are continuing these anti-Semitic rants on X. Have you guys been tuned into that? Have you guys seen his rants or any of the posts lately?
Yes. I did a little bit of research, and upon doing my research, I kind of just stopped doing my research, because it's pretty much the same narrative that Kanye has always had. But this time it's getting a bit just like repetitive and annoying, because I think he just be in the spotlight, like, and going on Twitter and saying, I am a Nazi. That's just not really great for your brand. That's not really great for just in general, especially with the current climate of what's going on in Gaza. I think that he also hasn't really done his part in protecting Palestinian citizens.
Oh my God, free Palestine.
Yeah, free Palestine. And so I think that for you to be not using your platform to protect the people of Palestine, and also not using your platform to support the Jewish people in America who are already dealing with anti-Semitism on a daily basis, what do you stand for?
Mm-hmm. He's been doing it for 2 years already. Well, we're going on 3 years.
Yeah, going on 3 years. Also, in doing my research, I think Ye is just misinformed or misguided, or both, because the actual swastika symbol, it actually comes from Buddhism and from African culture, except since that Hitler has used the symbol, it kind of has a negative connotation to it. But actually, if you do the research and do your maths, the swastika symbol is actually an auspicious and basically, if you don't know what that means, to be favorable or seen in a good light. Like I was doing my research on Buddhism, and during their funerals, the swastika symbol is displayed above their caskets and bodies, actually.
Wow.
However, like I said, it depends on how you use it. Like, in Kanye's sense, it's very negative because he's associating it with being a Nazi. And
not to mention, Kanye is not a Buddhist.
Yeah.
Kanye is very obviously
Yeah.
Christian.
yeah,
He's very open about his love for God.
He has albums that.
Yeah. And not to mention, like, isn't that sacrilegious in the name of God?
very,
Yeah,
very,
because you're
the-
praising two different.
very.
Exactly. And then even if you're using it in the representation of Hitler, it's still sacrilegious because they worshipped Hitler as if he was a god. So I think Kanye is just an idiot. I don't think he's misguided. I think he's a grown man and fully conscious of what he's doing. I think that he probably does have mental illness, and he has plenty of money to deal with that. So I don't really feel bad for rich people who have problems with their mental illness because it's like there's so many options out there for you. I don't know, get help.
Would you say that the recent inauguration of the president has influenced the spread of these beliefs and white supremacy in America?
Nah, I think in the spread, well, I'll say not influenced, but I'll say it's making it spread more now because it's being, seen, it's being out there. And now more people are talking about it. But not in an influence way.
I think that white supremacy is the foundation of America. So I think that Trump has just kind of awakened like this beast of power and wanting to take over, but he is forgetting about Congress.
He's abusing it.
And he is abusing his power. And I think that that's creating now a problem of white people feeling superior subconsciously, even if they don't like Trump. There is a superiority complex, at least I've been noticing. So that's been there, but it's just worsening, I think.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I literally jotted down that Trump kind of has this ability to gather people who might have been insecure about how they felt about white supremacy. He has like this ability to like make them, I guess, encourage them to really express how they feel, which is kind of bad for us because remember when like they stormed the Capitol and whatnot?
Yeah,
Like-
he's excusing their crimes.
Yeah, he makes a lot of excuses for them, and I feel like he gives platform for them to say what they want to say, especially on social media. Because going back to what Ye was doing, he was literally thanking Elon Musk for using his platform to spread his anti-Semitic beliefs. Elon Musk is giving white supremacists a platform, don't y'all think?
Definitely. Definitely.
You disagree, Shay?
I do. I don't think that he's giving white supremacists a platform, but what I do think is that he has created a platform where it is safe to post things that are of white supremacist beliefs. And he's not putting any fact-checking sources or anything that proves that these things are true or false. And I think that that's where that becomes dangerous because that's the things that are feeding pretty much everyone who uses X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
You know, I'm kind of questioning Elon's purchase of Twitter because what does he know about free speech? Really, I feel like it's like a hidden agenda behind that. That's slowly being exposed because if you know Kanye is gonna say some crazy things on the internet, why do y'all constantly give him a platform?
Yeah.
You know, especially anti-Semitic things and crazy things like I'm a Nazi. And I think Hitler did good things. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to let a person like that on your platform time and time again.
Well, we can see that Kanye is typically always used as like pretty much the shuck and jiver of the community, if you will. I feel like he's typically the one that, like even Trump had him at one of his rallies, I'm pretty sure, when he first ran for president. And Kanye was a big advocate for Donald Trump. And I think that because of that, Elon is probably on the same side as Donald was in trying to get the black community's votes and trying to get the black community on their side by using like a pillar in the black community. But I wouldn't consider Kanye a pillar anymore, frankly. I don't think that he cares about anybody black. I don't think that he cares about anybody poor. And that's how I feel.
I guess in some situations you have to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
I don't think that this is one of them. Like, he literally said he's a Nazi.
And I understand.
And then he
that.
literally said that black people are the reason that slavery happened and that we were happy to do it.
And I hate that. I hate that for us, and I hate that he said that.
I feel like it's everyone's problem. Everyone is the problem.
Elaborate?
The College Dropout was a good album.
Graduation was a good album. Okay. Anyway, Elon Musk. He smelled like musk. Kanye West. You know, but he from the East. Like, don't make no sense. Anyway, it's just everyone. Donald Trump is like everyone has made their own, I guess, pinpoint into this foolishness. Like, everyone's played their part to make America the way it is right now.
Elon did Nazi salute that one time.
Yeah, at the inauguration.
Yeah, it's like
in Congress with
like that's
Donald Trump.
Outrageous.
Where they freed the slaves, he did a Nazi salute. Well, yeah.
How do you think we could like stop the spread of misinformation?
I don't think we're gonna stop the spread of misinformation. Misinformation it's gonna go out.
Regardless, yeah.
Yeah.
People gonna think what they want to think at the end of the day.
Yeah. People gonna have their own opinions, own beliefs. You just gotta. That's the world. You gotta let the world be and how the world be.
I think that like these billionaires that own these corporations for these social media platforms, like Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, I think they can just add those little like information thingies next to the posts that have false information and be like, fact check, this information could be true or false. We really don't know. Do your own research to verify.
Right.
And keep it simply at that, because I think that the problem is now these platforms are becoming biased. And they shouldn't be, because it's social media, it's a platform for free speech. And even if you have an opinion that someone disagrees with, they should still be able to fact check it. Like, they should still be able to click a link and look up if it's true or not. Okay.
All right, we are now going to make our transition into the Black History Month Spotlight, which is a recurring theme for our podcast for the month of February, because as you know, it is Black History Month, and you cannot erase that.
Yes, sir.
Woo woo.
So we are going to focus on William David Chappelle, and there's actually 3 of them, but
The third.
some's going to focus on the third. I'm going to focus on the first. So who was William David Chappelle?
Well, I know that he studied at Antioch College in Ohio. He's from Yellow Springs, Ohio. And then he went to Brown University shortly afterwards. And then after that, he led delegation from the Bishop's Council of the AME Church, which is what we as Allen University are descendant from. And he met the president, Woodrow Wilson, at the White House as a delegate. and the delegation came to protest the mounting wave of anti-black violence and hysteria accompanying the Great Migration, including numerous lynchings and other mob violence. But the president took no action and did nothing, which we all know. So, yeah.
There's some other facts. I mean, he was born on November 16th, 1857 in Winsboro. He was one of 11 children of his parents. Of course, he was AME bishop. And then right here, he had 2 wives. His first wife died. But his second wife was Rosania C. Palmer. So that's cool. Yeah, that's all I got.
You know, actually, the funny thing about when he went to the White House, that happened on my birthday. That's March 13th. That's my birthday. Not to make it about myself or anything. Just interesting.
That's lit. That's lit.
Yes, I am a Pisces.
That's lit. And we lit.
Pisces gang.
That's
That's lit.
a
That's
feminine
lit.
sign.
I mean, I ain't no Pisces, but that's lit.
Lame.
Such a feminine sign.
But whoa, you know, that's for next week's podcast. We're gonna tackle what she just. We're gonna tackle what she just said. But as you know, we are on the campus of, the campus of Allen University. All right, and our auditorium is named Chappelle Auditorium. And if anybody could just give any uplift as to why our auditorium might be named after William David Chappelle.
Well, my guess is because he worked very closely with the AME Church to solve a lot of issues with civil rights, and he probably worked very closely with the bishops.
You know, yeah. I mean, a part of that, yeah, with leading, you know, with doing what he did. You know, that's when he came to Allen University. Like, that was after. He came here after in, 1897 to 1899. And that's when he served as the president of Allen University. And then he also served as the chairman of its board of trustees from 1916 to 1925. So, yeah, it was like after all of that, we respect you, we honor you. Chappelle Auditorium.
Facts.
Right.
Everyone should do their research on him.
And then I could tell y'all a little bit more. Like John Anderson Langford was the United States' first registered African-American architect, and he designed the Chappelle Auditorium. So, and that was it was built between 1922 and 1925. So that's cool.
I was going to say, I'm not for sure if this is completely true or not, but this is from what I was told when I first got here. We are talking about the same Dave Chappelle, the comedian, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's actually the great grandson of.
Yeah, I was just finna say that. Yeah. They named it after his grandfather, or was it
great grandfather?
Great grandfather.
Yeah.
And the name just got passed down to, basically he inherited.
Yeah, because it came. Yeah, it went right back.
Right
there.
back. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was here a few years ago.
I think it was 20. Somewhere?
Some years ago.
Yeah, some years ago.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because when I first came here in 2021, I used to just call it Chapel Auditorium because I'm like, why is Chapel spelled that way? Coming to find out, it's actually Chappelle, and that's because that's his last name. So I'm sorry, William. No disrespect to your last name. Isn't it kind of funny how he served as the president, and then just years later, it's just Dave Chappelle who's kind of going the opposite direction.
Yeah. And now he's making jokes about what he died, his great grandfather died for. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Kind of a coon,
yeah.
if you will.
Hey. If you gotta make your bread, you gotta make your bread.
Oh, we'll get into the ethics of money. Money and ethics. We need to have a deep conversation about that one next week.
Yeah.
Because if that's how we
Wrap
feel,
it
we
up
really
anyway.
need to have a discussion.
No, class is over.
Class is over. Oh my God. It's been a short podcast this time, but that's because we were breaking through some things. We're trying to upgrade the podcast for y'all. So hopefully some of the video footage make it on the turb. And in the meantime, we're going to be doing some research. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned in. We here. We live, locked in. Y'all
Or
say y'all
don't.
goodbyes.
We don't really care. Love y'all.
If
though.
you ain't blue, never mind. Goodbye.
Mm.
Hey.